What is the purpose of classification? Classification ensures that athletes who compete at the highest levels have eligible impairments that impact their sport performance, and groups them together. This ensures a level playing field. Classification groups eligible athletes into sport classes. This is based on the extent to which their impairment impacts their ability to execute the specific tasks and activities fundamental to the relevant para sport. Para fencing has 3 categories and 4 classes. Category A has 2 classes, Class A3 and Class A4. This category is for athletes with good sitting balance and either with or without the support of lower limbs and who have an unaffected fencing arm. Category B has 1 class, Class B2. Athletes in this category have a fair sitting balance and normal or minimally affected fencing arm. Category C has 2 classes, Class 1A and 1B. Athletes in this category lack sitting balance and have an affected fencing arm. Their weapon has to be fixed to their hand with a bandage. In each category, athletes compete together regardless of their classes. International classification consists of 4 main assessment stages. Stage 1. Underlying health condition, UHC, assessment. In order to begin the classification process, the National Paralympic Committee or National Federation must work with the athlete to gather all relevant diagnostic information. The following documents need to be uploaded by a National Paralympic Committee or National Federation when applying for international classification for an athlete. Copy of valid passport or ID of the athlete. Photo of the athlete. Athlete evaluation consent form dated and signed by the athlete or support person. Athlete's medical diagnostic form typed in English, signed and sealed by a physician. Updated medical documents of the athlete in English with supporting documents e.g. RTG, MRI, CT, Asia scale. Then, each National Paralympic Committee or National Federation is responsible for providing the correct, original documents. These are submitted online to World Para Fencing via an online portal known as the World Ability Sport Sports Management System. WASMS is where World Ability Sport collects documents for each athlete as part of their classification journey. It is only accessible to authorized people from World Ability Sport. All documentation must be uploaded to WASMS at least 6 weeks before the relevant competition where the in-person classification assessment will take place. The uploaded documents in the WASMS are assessed by World Para Fencing International classifiers who verify whether the athlete has at least one medically and clinically diagnosed underlying health condition. If an athlete does not have an eligible underlying health condition according to the uploaded documents or some documents are missing, the athlete will not be able to move to the next stage of classification. After confirming that an athlete has an eligible underlying health condition, the next stages of classification can take place. Stages 2, 3, and 4 are part of an evaluation session that happens in person. The athlete will be scheduled for the evaluation session before the competition where the athlete is entered to compete. The aim of the evaluation session is to make sure that an athlete has an eligible impairment and meets the minimum impairment criteria for wheelchair fencing. The evaluation session usually takes place at the competition venue. The evaluation session is carried out by a group of accredited international classifiers known as a panel. A panel includes 2 international classifiers, both of whom will carry out the evaluation session with the athlete, and a chief classifier who supervises the session from outside. An athlete also has the right to have 2 people attend the evaluation session with them. Usually this is their trainer, but it can be another person, for example an interpreter. These people are not allowed to interfere with the classification process in any way. When coming to their evaluation session, the athlete must bring the following items which will be checked by the chief classifier during the check-in. Their passport or identity card. The medical documents that were submitted when they applied for classification. Their fencing wheelchair. Their foil, épée or saber. Any straps and braces they may need to use during competition. Any supportive devices they may need to use during competition. Stage 2. Eligible impairment assessment. The classification panel review the documents provided on WASMS and follow the criteria to be assessed for each eligible impairment. Wheelchair fencing is open to athletes with 4 types of eligible physical impairments. 1. Impaired muscle power. 2. Impaired passive range of movement. 3. Leg deficiency or leg length difference. 4. Coordination impairments such as neurological conditions, for example hypertonia/spasticity, motor ataxia, dyskinesia, athetosis, dystonia, chorea. The classification panel review whether an athlete has an eligible impairment for wheelchair fencing. It will apply the minimum impairment criteria to the athlete. Stage 3, Minimum Impairment Criteria Assessment. In wheelchair fencing, the minimum impairment criteria assessment involves functional testing as well as bench testing. The classification panel measure and assess all physical types of an athlete's impairments, and points will be given for each test. The points show whether the athlete has the minimum impairment that wheelchair fencing requires to give a sport class. Stage 4, Sport Class Assessment. If the classification panel is satisfied that the athlete's eligible impairment meets the minimum impairment criteria, they will proceed to the sport class assessment. This will result in an athlete being given a provisional sport class. A class and category, A4, A3, B2, C1A or C1B. With this, athletes can compete. If an athlete does not receive a provisional sport class, this means they have not met the minimum impairment criteria and will be non-eligible for wheelchair fencing. During the competition, as part of the sport class assessment, the classification panel will observe the athlete. This makes sure the sport class given by international classifiers is the right one. Also at stage 4, after the observation assessment, a sport class status will be given. These are some examples of the sport class status that can be given. C equals confirmed when unlikely to change the given sport class status. RNAO equals review at the next available opportunity, e.g. if an athlete is on the boundary of 2 classes. RFRD equals fixed review date, e.g. if an athlete is under the age of 18. And that is a short overview, from start to finish, of how the classification process works. Here are some other things to highlight. Once uploaded to WASMS, none of your medical documentation will be shared with anyone other than classifiers and certain World Ability Sport staff. Only your sport class and sport class status are made public. World Ability Sport and World Para Fencing have safeguarding policies in place to protect everyone involved with the sport. You can find more information about classification in wheelchair fencing and download all the documents you need on our website, parafencing.org.